Joining us now, another man who is young at heart and looks fantastic for his age, the athletic director of the year, BYU. It's Tom Holmoe on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Tom, congratulations on winning that award. What did it mean to you to hear that?
Thank you, boys. It's a humbling experience. My first thoughts right away are definitely, I'm just blessed to have this job. I love my job. I get to work with the greatest athletes and coaches and staff and Cougar Nation. And so I've always felt that BYU's had an outstanding brand. I came here in 1978 to play football for the Cougs, and I've been here for a long time, and the brand has been so strong. And I think that's, a credit to Cougar Nation and everybody that's been a part of it. And I think I benefit from those things. Kalani's great season this year and basketball and all the things. I get the credit a lot of times, and it's on the shoulders of those teams most of the time.
Tom, once the announcement was made, you had a lot of current coaches and players, a lot of former coaches and players talk about exactly how much you have meant to them and to the program. What did it mean to you to hear all those kind words from everybody?
I mean, it was touching. It's the best part of my job is working with the student athletes and the coaches. I mean, it's a little bit different. I didn't grow up in marketing or compliance or development. I grew up coaching and playing, and my touch, I think, here at BYU is to be able to reach out and build relationships with the players and coaches, and that's my favorite part of the job. If I could just do that, I would, but there's other parts of the job that sometimes take me away. So to be able to hear and talk with some of our former and current players and coaches was sweet to me.
Yeah, let's explore that a little bit because you did face some unique challenges and difficulties certainly over the past year. But being an athletic director in general, even without COVID in play, is a very time-consuming, challenging process. So what, for you, has been the biggest challenge that you've faced as the athletic director at BYU?
In all I don't know challenges. There's always challenges. It seems like being a football player and a football coach, you learn that in any given game, whether it's in the first quarter or in overtime, you're going to come up with unexpected challenges. And I think that that's been a blessing for me to have had many experiences, many where I've succeeded and quite a few where I've failed. And I really feel that those experiences along the line have helped me in this job because I just fully realize that in my job, we're going to have failures on a somewhat regular basis, whether it's a team or me or our department or someone makes a big mistake. And I just kind of look at it from the sports perspective. You rebound, you pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and get back in. So I don't really see challenges as debilitating as much as opportunities to get better and get stronger. We've learned a lot. I've been in this business a long time. And we always talk about things that are good in Tom Holmoe's life. I'm so glad you don't talk about the things that went wrong.
Well, Tom, let's go to the other side of that question then. What do you view as your greatest accomplishment in the last year dealing with everything you've had to deal with?
I think it's hard. I haven't thought about that, but Shep, you asked that question. I think my greatest accomplishment would be the one-on-one dealings to get us through. How many times Kalani and I sat knee to knee and just tried to figure it out. Times where I was with Brian or Liz or people in our department, and we were thinking, okay, how are we going to do this? And so that was probably the most rewarding, is to be able to go through some opportunities that we'd never been through before and try to figure it out. Well, again, we figured out a bunch of stuff, but we had some major catastrophes that don't really get out on Sports Nation. So there's pros and cons, and it all averages out. And, in the end, Coug Nation is strong, and we're going forward.
BYU Athletic Director Tom Holmoe with us on BYU Sports Nation. We played a montage at the beginning of the show rewinding to March 11th and March 12th of last year. And frankly, I felt a lot of emotions just looking back on that day and thinking, man, had I only known what was about to happen. We were all kind of in panic mode, but we didn't really know what was coming. Let's get your thoughts. What were your thoughts and your mindset on March 11th and March 12th of last year as the athletic director?
I think it's too fresh for me to really reminisce at this point in time. I just don't want to watch it right now. I just turn it off whenever it flips on because we're still in it. And I just don't look back and think, wow, that was a crazy time. I get it. We lived through it, but we're in the middle. We're not in the middle. We're at the end of it, but we got to finish up strong through this. You look and see Duke and Virginia getting knocked out of the tournament, the ACC tournament. I think our pedals to the metal right now. We have to continue to be very vigilant and continue to work. I remember vaguely the details. Someday I'll look at it and be able to talk about it. I just know it hurt. It hurt a lot. There's a lot of questions and a lot of uncertainty, and the details are vague right now to me, but it was just trying to get through each day. And that's how it is for everybody in the country. That's how it was for you guys. I remember trying to figure out, what are we going to do on BYU TV Sports? You guys are dying to get things on. And everybody in the world, it's a pandemic. We all dealt with it. And fortunately, we live in a great area here in Utah where government officials, the counties, the people's attitudes, the leadership here with the church, BYU, we all work together and we got through it pretty strong. And now we got to finish up. There's so much riding right now. That's why I don't want to talk about it. This is close where we were right at the tournament last year and it got snatched away. And I just do not want that to happen again.
Tom, when you look back at the last year, and this is our question of the day, the question of the day that we're asking BYU Sports Nation is, what's the greatest BYU sports accomplishment in the last year? A lot of people have talked about football and just getting that schedule together and being able to play as many games as the football team did. What do you think is the greatest BYU sports accomplishment in the last 365 days?
It's all relative. It just depends on who you ask. You're asking me. There's so many great things going on, and they're still going on. I mean, oddly enough, one of the first things that popped into my mind is our pole vaulter, Zach Warder, breaking the school record. That's how I think. I mean, that's how I think. I look at our student athletes, and I'm so amazed at how resilient they are, and I'm so inspired by them that in this crazy time, they are on fire. That's it. That's what it is to me. Yeah, certainly one of the things that's really warm and took a lot of time was, working with Kalani and the team, watching those guys day after day, week after week, continue to build and strengthen themselves. That was huge. And it's a big public piece of what we do here. It's a huge part of our brand. And I think overall, to see all the individual performances, the great coaching efforts, that would probably be number one for me.
Tom Holmoe, BYU Athletic Director, with us on BYU Sports Nation. You understandably have a very unique perspective on the NCAA basketball tournament because you see it differently than most. You were in the war room. You were part of the selection committee for multiple years. And Jason and I were just very aggressively discussing what we think BYU deserves on Selection Sunday with the metrics and the blind resumes. If you were seeding BYU, knowing what you know about the committee and, the top opinions, the bottom opinions on the Cougars, where would you seed BYU right now?
Oh, you're asking me where I would. I would say probably a 7. If you're saying what it will be, nobody knows what it will be. I think right now, because basketball, the analytics are so strong, and I think they're pretty even. I thought you and Shep did a really good job. I watched earlier in the show. Your assessment of the blind resumes was very good. I think that watching Joe and his bracketology, Lenardi, and you look at the bracket matrix, they're not too far off. I think what you're going to see is you'll see individual teams that might fall off of a line. and there's not too many of them. There'll probably be a handful of things that don't go as planned based on the bracketology. And that's just going to come down to that room and how those conversations go, because they're not looking at bracketology. They're having great discussions. They're looking at all the metrics, and it comes down to individual personalities and biases. And when I say biases, a lot of people in that room have great understanding of biases that bring out the best in the seedings, and some of them don't agree and have other opinions. So what comes out on Sunday for some teams will be a surprise.
Tom, I know this is something that has you excited, certainly has the fans excited, and that's the opportunity that we're starting to see more and more of the programs on campus allowed to have fans, even at limited capacity. First of all, what are your thoughts on that? How excited are you to see BYU fans being able to come back and see these teams? But also, what's the data telling you right now on what may be realistic moving forward in the future in terms of full capacity?
Well, everybody's hoping that in the fall we'll have somewhere near full capacity. And I think that's important. I think that you'll see with BYU sports right now in the springtime, whether it's baseball that's opening up or volleyballs or the soccers, that we'll start with limited number of fans. And I would expect that those numbers will grow in a pretty efficient and timely manner. But we still have to make sure that we don't lose our minds and just go from 0 to 60 overnight. So we'll be careful. We'll be cautious to a degree. But when we see that it's working well and the numbers continue to drop, then we'll move accordingly.
Tom, congratulations again on winning Athletic Director of the Year. Major accomplishment for you and for the entire athletic department. I know that you're quick to give credit to so many individuals around you, but we collectively feel like it was so well deserved. So we appreciate all you do for BYU Athletics and look forward to the NCAA tournament.
Thank you, guys. You guys do such a great job. When I talk about that brand, Sports Nation and BYU broadcasting, the radio and everything, to be able to get out and reach everybody, make them feel that they're a part of it at all times, that's something special, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Thanks, Tom.
And I'm so happy you're not on the selection committee this year so you can get some extra sleep. You deserve it, my friend.
I don't know how I'm going to sleep Saturday night and Sunday. I won't be sleeping.